Like, if you diss Bambaataa, you're not hip hop. Well, guess what? If that's hip hop, then hip hop. I don't want anything to do with it. You could have that KRS-One with your bitch ass. Penetrate. That's like saying, like, do you still want to watch Tim Westwood interviews? Like, nah, fool, you're a kitty diddler.
I've heard a lot of people say they feel their childhood is ruined now because of what Gucci did. Like, they feel so let down by it.
Yeah, but this whole shit is a joke to begin with. Like, I mean, like, first of all, KRS-One is a bitch. KRS-One is a bitch, bro. You like, rest in piss, Bambaataa. Rest in piss, Afrika Bambaataa. Piss on his grave. Let me find out where Afrika Bambaataa, don't let me find out where Afrika Bambaataa's grave is at. Because I will piss on that motherfucker. Because I don't give a fuck what you contributed to the music, ingenuity, to culture, whatever the fuck that is. You touched little boys. You're a child. You're a piece of shit. Sure, Planet Rock is a slapper. I don't give a fuck, bro. All that shit is out, bro. KRS defending that shit. Let's also talk about, here's gonna piss off the whole channel right now. KRS-One is the worst legend in hip-hop history. He gets by being a great stage performer and a commanding presence. Lyrically, he is below Slick Rick. He's below LL Cool J. He's below Rakim. He's below Big Daddy Kane. He's below Cool G-Rap. And I'm just talking about the dudes from his era. I'm not even talking about, God forbid we go a few years later and the Nas's and those guys start entering the chat. You're not even better than Q-Tip and Dress the Black Sheep. Like, he's, as an MC, stylistically, dude has terrible syllables. His freestyle is ass. He's doing like back and forth monosyllabic freestyles with Matt Hills. You feel me? Like, that's where KRS-One is at. All right? He sucks. He's damn near as whack as Matt Hills. You feel me? Like, hey, Matt Hills is time ass like, oh, this is great. I'm with the teacher. I would never fucking sit down in a room. I don't even want to be in the same room as KRS-One. Like, you support fucking kitty diddlers, dog. You're a piece of shit human being. Not only that, as an MC, when's the last good KRS album? I Got Next, 1997. You know what? I don't fuck with KRS-One. I fuck with Boogie Down Productions. I like Criminal Minded. You feel me? I like Return to Boom Bap. I like the original Blueprint, Sex and Violence. Those are fucking banger albums. That fool was rapping. That fool was popping. He made some of the hardest songs ever. You feel me? Sound of the Police, South Bronx, The Bridge is Over. What? Come on, bro. I'll never take away from that shit. Goated. Chris on the motherfucking album cover with the AK. With the Uzi. Chris on the album cover with the Uzi. You feel me? Hard. You feel me? Chris rapping into his fucking headphones. Hard. He didn't get better after. What has he done to innovate his style since 97? Just as an MC. He's maybe had like 3 or 4 notable verses since 1997. Big Daddy Kane has had several more. And he's older. You feel me? Like,
actually, he beat Nelly in the battle, right?
No, Nelly fucked him up. Nelly beat him in a battle, bro. Nelly flamed that fool. Look, what'd he say? What'd he say? You diss my big nose from my African roots. I talk about your skin because you don't eat the right foods. That's what the God MC, Blastmaster, the GOAT, that's your GOAT? I talk about your skin because you don't eat the right foods? That will get booed off a Scribble Jam stage in 01. That'll get, like, literally, bro, that'll get booed off a Scribble Jam stage in 98. It's ass. Nelly, great songwriter, hitmaker, very mediocre when it comes to his standing as, like, one of the great lyricists. And, like, he smoked KRS-One, bro. He smoked him. Go listen to those tracks back to back. First of all, Nelly wasn't even thinking about KRS when he made the I'm Number One song. There wasn't even a frame of reference in his head. But KRS, being A, delusional, B, a fucking dinosaur clout chaser, even in the early 2000s, was like, I'm the real number one. Let me show you how the culture is done. This is KRS-One. Let me rock the party, everybody know the deal. KRS-One, I represent hip-hop that's real. From the South Bronx, and you know I don't stop. Put your hands up, this is real hip-hop. Okay, did I just not do a KRS-One freestyle? Actually, sorry, that was probably more, like, a little bit better than the level of most of his recent freestyles. No? He sucks, bro. He sucks. It's a parlor trick. It's a parlor trick. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to be silent on this anymore. Kane was fucking using polysyllabic rhyme schemes, rhyming Brother Man and Understand in the late 80s. All right? Cool G Rap. Cool G Rap is still like Cool G Rap. I could take verses from 4, 5, 6 by Cool G Rap, and they're better than the Kendrick verses of today and J. Cole verses of today. Like, Cool G Rap is still, he's 30 years ahead of people. All right? We know that. We know that. I'm glad that people even put him in the legendary MC category because the way people try to revitalize and retroactively change it. Because Cool G Rap set precedent. We know that fucking shit. Rakim, Cool G Rap, bro. Come on, bro. Big Daddy Kane. These are the real spitters. Storyteller. Fucking Slick Rick. You feel me? He had the style. He influenced. There's no Smooth B. There's no fucking Snoop Dogg. There's no shit like that. There's no Mace. There's none of that. The whole archetype started with Slick Rick. You feel me? It did. Motherfucking LL Cool J. LL Cool J got your 19-year-old daughter wet. Got your wife wet in her 40s. Got your fucking mama wet in her 60s. Got your granny wet on her deathbed in a hospice. Your granny on the hospice masturbating to late flow Cool James. And guess what? Lyrically, bar for bar, he's nicer than KRS too, bro. Significantly. Significantly. KRS is ass. And he kisses the ass of posthumous child molesters like Afrika Bambaataa Bandit. Fuck
So
that.
you must have been real happy when you saw MC Shan going at KRS-One, huh?
Well, I feel honestly like I think that is probably feels somewhat vindicating for Shan because he's had this horrible stigma attached to him. MC Shan is a dude that's the founder of the Juice Crew. You feel me? One of the originators of the Juice Crew. This is one of the most important MCs in hip hop history. This is the guy that made the bridge. But to most people that only have a cursory understanding or knowledge of hip hop, if they even know who he is, he's the dude that had the Hot 16 on fucking Informer by Snow and got smoked by KRS-One. That's what they know. But Shan is so much more than that, so much more important than that. But he's had to like live with that. It's not smut, but from a hip hop perspective, it's like it might as well be smut, you know? So probably felt vindicating. If I was Shan, I'd feel the same way, but I'd also be like, man, don't even worry about it. You know what? We gotta do something nice for MC Shan. He deserves like Ice Spice, give him a lap dance or some shit. Give G Pops a lap dance, Ice Spice. For the culture. Especially because Ice Spice is from the Bronx. I need a bitch from the Bronx to bust it down on fucking MC Shan. He deserves it. A young, fly bitch from the Bronx. Bust that coochie open for MC Shan. Straight up. And that fucking John G. Gaddafi hit you on TP.
I love Shan though, man. I interviewed Shan twice and he always keeps it honest and how he really feels. He doesn't sugarcoat shit for anybody, man.
You want to know why? Because Shan won't turn inform. Inform. You know, sit on this on me on a bell. I like you boom boom down. Protect the mouth. He says, it gotta be so me time. So much down in there. By the way, Snow is fired. That song is great. Don't let internet archivists.
And they made a lot of money when Daddy Yankee sampled it.
Banger, regardless. Like, yes.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. But yo, the Afrika Bambaataa situation is just so sad, man. How do you think that Hassan Campbell?
Honestly, like, if I was just so like, I've endured abuse before. You feel me? I've been abused before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the victim of abuse, not to that same extent. I've never been abused by a male. You know what I'm saying? I got how sexually abused by older women when I was a teenager and young child. You feel me? And it definitely fucks with you for sure. So I'm like, anybody on GP should be abuser K. You feel me? You should be abuser K, just as a human being. And like I said, what the abuse that I endured is only a fraction of what Hassan had to go through. And I don't, that's terrible. I don't, there's so many jokes that people can make and shit like that. I'm not gonna fucking joke on Hassan Campbell being abused. If anything, Bambaataa is the fool that deserves all the jokes and all the negativity. I said to his own brother, I said, your brother's a bitch, man. You rest in piss. Hey, by the way, your brother likes to touch little kids. You feel me? Straight up.
Well, what do you think about the people that even before Hassan ever came out and said anything, right? People were like, oh, we been knew about that type of stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you the insanity. People, it's damn near like before the Trump existed clout chasing. It's like you're willing to compromise your morals and integrity and what you know is wrong to endear yourself to somebody that has more notoriety that can further your career in some capacity or further you socially, right?
Right.
Because why else do you have people like KRS-One being like, rest in peace, this guy? Oh, you can't, like, I don't care what he did. Like, if you diss Bambaataa, you're not hip hop. Well, guess what? If that's hip hop, then fuck hip hop. I don't want anything to do with it. You could have that KRS-One with your bitch ass.
And I don't like that when people have something to say against Hassan, they take the low hanging fruit of making fun of like the fact that he was abused, because that's just not something.
Yo, you was a victim, P. Yo, we admire the victimizers, not the victims, P. You should have been the one touching, not getting touched, P. You know how dumb you sound saying some shit like that? Talk about like I get it from a humorous aspect. Like I totally understand why it's funny and how those jokes get laid the way they do. But if we're really gonna analyze it on an intellectual standard, like, come on, bro, like you're essentially, when you do that, you're essentially condoning violence against children. There's no other really way to, if you're saying that it's okay, and the children that are getting hurt and touched that you swear to God you want to protect, and you swear to God you're going to carve up all these people, because the street code is if somebody touched a kid or a woman, you're going to carve them up, B. All right, say that then. Do that. Then don't continue to add trauma and perpetuate what these people have already done. Because a lot of times abusers, one of the things they get off on is the idea of leaving a lasting imprint on their victims and being able to control them years after their active regression is done. They still are controlling this person by the fear and pain and trauma that they've inflicted. So you condoning that or joking about it is keeping that alive. You're doing nobody a favor but the abuser at that point. You're essentially Bambooty Bandits co-defendants. You're essentially KRS-2.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, like you can't like pick and choose. Like, okay, you don't like Hassan, so like that's the only time that you'll use that kind of thing in that situation. But if that situation were to happen to, say, your little brother, your little sister, or whatever, your kids or something like that, you wouldn't think it's cool. Or just even an innocent person you don't know, but because it happens to someone you don't like, now it's justified. It's okay.
It's still gonna always be a joke, and I get that, and I understand that, and I do, be like on a taboo level, on a fucking, like saying things like shock value level. A lot of that shit maybe is because I'm a retarded fourth grader in my head still. I think that shit is funny still sometimes. So I'm a part of the problem, and I would probably, even in bad faith, make those same jokes. But in my head, I know it's wrong. And I would never actually try to attach that to somebody in a negative way. And if I was doing it, I would be doing it in a disingenuous way, just trying to be an asshole, trying to utilize the algorithm like I know how to do it. But ultimately, that shit janky, bro. That's a bug.